got time for that. For that. For that. Ain't nobody got time for that. For that. For that.
What's going on, people? What's going on, good people? Man, we are excited and delighted to be with you on tonight. I know it's not Monday night, it's actually Sunday night. We have not gotten our dates confused, but listen, we are live and in living color, literally living color. I got on sky blue, he's got on orange. It's a lot of color. We are live and in living color with my co-host Tori Bing. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. It's been an interesting week, fun-filled, a lot of stuff to talk about. Got to get
It
this show going.
has been an interesting week. When is it not an interesting week in South Florida and across these we use that word loosely, United States of America, because so much has been going on. But listen, here's what we want you to do. If you're watching this right now, I want you to like, share, tag, comment. Let us know that you're watching. Drop your name. Drop where you're watching us from. Share this everywhere. If you're in South Florida, listen, it's raining. It's Sunday night. Ain't nothing on TV. No sports.
Best thing smoking.
WNBA played already. Good game, but ain't nothing else on. I think track is on right now, so if you're into that, that's cool. But guess what? There ain't no new shows on. We're in the rerun season, so guess what? We want to serve your entertainment pleasure, at least for the next 60 minutes, man. But just how was your week in general? How was your week, man?
My week was interesting, man. I've just been laughing at all the hot topics going on, from the debates to storybook Brunny to just everything that's been going on. Has been very interesting to watch. People watching has been interesting. So I'm here for it. I'm loaded.
Let's start locally, man, because we kind of ended our show last week in hopes to be a town of a parade. And guess what? Panthers did it, man. They won the cup. They brought the cup back home, man, and I am so happy. But, man, I want to talk about the Florida Panthers for a moment in a couple of areas. One, because it's hockey, right? You know, people that look like you and I've always been teased. People that know me know I love hockey. I've always loved hockey, right? My kids they used to laugh at me when I used to watch hockey. Now they into hockey, right? But I've seen people as we gone through this even make comments about, being bandwagon or just kind of really looking at your side eye because you follow hockey. People that look like you and I, usually football, basketball, maybe baseball, but that's about it. But, man, the Panthers have found a way to generate some steam, man. They got eyes on the ice that wasn't on the ice before. And here's what I really wanted to talk about. The celebration, right? The celebration of the cup. There is no award. There is no trophy in all the sports, I think, that's harder to get or that is most celebrated than the Lord Stanley Cup. Man, when I tell you those folks celebrate that cup, they celebrate that cup. I don't know if you've been watching TV, but I've seen that cup everywhere.
Cups everywhere.
I've seen it on the beach.
I think the cup was at Tootsie's.
Tootsie's, man. The cup got a lap dance. The cup got a dance. The cup got lemon pepper wings. I've seen babies in the cup. I saw somebody drinking, literally drinking, pouring, doing beer shots from the elbow room of the cup. What's so what's so amazing about this cup, man? I've seen people eat out the cup. Why do you think? Why is this so celebrated? Number one, I start there. Why do you think that this cup is so celebrated? And this is not just a South Florida thing. No, this is how everybody celebrate the cup, man. Why do you think it's so celebrated?
It's just one of those heralded traditions from hockey that we're not used to because we aren't conditioned to that sport. So I mean, if you look up the history of the Lord Stanley Cup, you see how it's handled. Its whole transition from one team to the next, and just the whole aura around it. It's one of those things that you just got to get into. Like we in the world of Google and the internet. So if you ever want to know something, it's right there in the palm of your hand. Just look it up, and it's there. Like you can learn about it. Just like how we used to like read Encyclopedia Britannicas when we was like the kids. It's right in the palm of my hands
Oh boy,
now.
you saying your age now, man. Encyclopedia.
I'm showing my
I
age too.
listen.
Like,
I remember back in the day, boy, you was in high cotton. If you had a set of encyclopedias in your house, you had made it, man. You were doing all right for yourself, man.
mm-hmm. Yep. It's a difference. It's a whole different class of people.
Different is celebrated in an amazing way, but and I don't like to always throw color and ethnicity into stuff. But every time I look at how they celebrate it, I say to myself, I wonder if we celebrated the basketball trophy like that, or if the NFL trophy. Because I mean, man, I've seen some crazy stuff, man, this week. If you've been around South Florida, you've seen some crazy stuff, man. Stuff that you wouldn't imagine doing with it. So I can't. I often say to myself, man, if the Boston Celtics came to Miami and celebrated the way we've seen the Florida Panthers celebrate this cup, I wonder would it be received or accepted in the same way, in the same spirit?
Mm-mm. Probably. I don't know. Like I say, I feel like it's one of those conditions, like one of those traditions that it just is. It's only in that sport, and if you're not into it, you won't understand. It's just like rats on ice. People don't even know how that started. People don't even, and we won, and it was probably like 20 rats on the ice, right? Think back in the Pink Building, the ice was pretty much black. So it's like certain traditions are just lost like over time. But seems like the Stanley Cup passing down is not. It's one of those things that's heralded, and it swims, it drinks, it eats, it breathes. It can withstand all of that celebration too. So it just lets you know the toughness of it.
And they celebrated in the rain today, man. They were out there in the rain. I was supposed to go.
Yeah,
They happened to be my son's birthday, but I was gonna try to sneak out there. But man, when I saw that rain, I was like, nah, I'm good. We
yeah.
don't do rain like that, Bean. Once it rain,
I was Mr. Ain't going.
if if we ain't got to be there, if we not getting paid to be there, it's just something about us. We take baths, but we ain't gonna get out there in that rain, man. I'm like, they can have it. I'll watch it on TV. I celebrate. I might get me another jersey or two, but I ain't going out there in that rain. But they were out there in that rain, and it was storming out there, Jack, and they were out there. So celebrate y'all for being outside today in this South Florida rain. I think they actually preferred the rain versus the heat, which kind of makes sense because it's been extremely hot out here, man. But listen, I don't know if you've been watching TV, but two people that's vying to be our leaders did a debate on the other night, and I don't know, Bean. I don't know if I'm better or am I worse. I watched the debate asking myself, is there another option?
Got to be another
I'm just
option,
speaking
right?
to me. You know, if y'all watch it, put in the comment, tell me what you thought. I thought, is there another way? Can we pause the election and go find somebody, anybody who could not be a felon, not look like they sleep but can't get through? I don't know, man. What did you think about this debate?
I watched the debate and I thought it was like, you know how you see your parents aging and you just don't you try to protect them from things. So that's what I kind of felt that way. I kind of felt bad. Like it's like seeing your dad up there struggling and you can't help him. And then you got this bully that's just sitting there like the way he sounds, but he's just telling lies. And in a society that we're in right now, like people believe that stuff. You know, like nobody want to fact check what Trump says. He's like he sounds good. He's like he sounds good. He looks good. He looks formidable. The guy was up there challenging Joe Biden to sporting events. Like, come on, bro.
Used car salesman. Used car salesman.
It was one of the most painful things to watch. Somebody was up there lying, and then somebody looked like they were dying. It's crazy.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again.
Trump was
Somebody
up there
lying,
lying,
and the
and
other one
somebody
looked like
was,
they dying. Boy,
yeah.
that's like, man, why we couldn't get that caption at the bottom? One of y'all lying, and one of y'all look like y'all dying. yeah,
Crazy stuff.
yeah. It
Crazy
was
stuff.
scary to watch. It was scary to watch. It's scary to watch somebody who's lying and somebody who look like they died. And we gotta choose, right? We gotta choose between one of these guys to be the leader of the free world. What is it about? I don't want to throw skin color out there, but what is it about older men that loves the leadership of this country? What is it? I mean, we've seen it with Mitch McConnell. They got the pry the seat out of his hands. He's literally frozen. He's been frozen in his press conference. He won't give it up. What is it about the age of these men? Why we can't find no young leaders to help run this country, man?
I mean, we have young leaders, but like you say, is gatekeepers, and these dudes are political stalwarts. They there, and as long as they got life and breath in their body, it becomes consistency. It becomes somewhat complacent. Um, it's not you don't have to worry about too much change, too much turnover. So when you have that type of stuff in government, it seems to like just stay right. So people are like, oh, they don't want nothing new. And then we got a lot of newer leaders that's up and coming, and then they get into stuff. You know, they so it's more like I think comfortability and like consistency on the hill or in government.
But what I'm saying is, man, we got nobody in their 50s. Remember, man, when we used to think 50 was old,
Yeah,
we
I
used to
don't
think
know,
50
man.
was like 200 when we were like 10. Like, we can't get a 50-year-old. We can't get a 60-year-old. Both of
I'm not
these
sure.
guys are going to be.
I'm not real. I don't get too deep into politics, but I just like I think the Democratic Party is just asleep at the wheel. Um, and we just got comfortable with the older people, and now we just stuck. I mean, we got Kamala Harris, but who's going? to Is she going to be president? You know, like are they going to put a black woman as a president candidate? They keep her in the background. We hardly ever hear from her, right? Unless she like at a concert or she doing something like. But I don't know. I
See,
just
I
think the
had this
Democratic Party fell
conversation
asleep.
today, and I kind of basically said the same thing that and I'm kind of like neither one, so I could talk about both parties. I said that about Democratic Party, man, that I think they slept at the wheel with black voters, urban voters, young voters, right? No, I mean, they just sleep. And so now we have these two men up there fighting each other, you know, uh, Sleepy Joe and whatever. And the thing about it is Trump is the communicator. So as you said, nobody's gonna fact check it. But because he's such an avid communicator, he makes himself sound believable. And to me, if we had to base what's gonna happen in November on the debate, man, we might as well just bring out the Trump flags again, cause he gonna walk in. Because we ain't got no confidence in the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not that people think Trump is better. I think the people that may support Biden may end up staying at home because they just can't see themselves voting for him. But, again, that was the first debate. It wasn't good. It
Did
wasn't
you?
good for neither one of them, but it certainly wasn't good for President Biden, man. He would have done better canceling. He would have done better finding an emergency or something, saying, hey, something happening. It's always something happening somewhere. All
I think
right.
Plies kind of summed it up. Did you get that screenshot I sent you?
I, I,
He
I
he
did
summed
I
it up
did
best.
I did say that. Uh Unserious people just like to be entertained. If you can make them laugh and entertain them, they're satisfied, mission accomplished. Serious people bypass the shenanigans for the border issue. Not how it looks and sounds, but more about what's at
What's
stake.
this thing? All right, so hold that thought. Like, so you got people like me, sound minded people, they're able to think for themselves, just sit there and don't hear nothing Trump says, right? Because we know what's at stake with him. And then you got people who, unfortunately, what most drives this society that we're in, this nation that we're in, that's looking for what that entertainment. Like they looking for, oh, this guy he's entertaining, he's funny, I'm gonna vote for him, or he put money in my pocket, which means like, bro, he didn't put no money in your pocket. It was a pandemic. He had to put money in your pocket. So that you got those faction of people, and then you got a whole nother faction of people like that's not even from this country, that have their ideals from their country, and they come over here and they're all kind of confused about how our government works, and they're air betting, they're air voting, they're voting on hope, or some kind of, I don't know what they're thinking about, but it's just a whole fallacy of what government is here and what government is there, and it don't match. So it's just a scary time to be alive, man. It's when it comes to politics.
What is it? One of the big debates from this, and we're not gonna be political, but one of the big draws from that was when the issue of black jobs came up, right? So, what is a black job? Is it
Yeah.
jobs for blacks or black jobs?
Nah, he clearly said this was a response. He said that it was about the border issue, and he went on an attack of Joe Biden. And he said because of him, he's letting all the immigrants come take black and Hispanic jobs, and he reiterated it. They're taking all the black and Hispanic jobs. Like what? What's a black and Hispanic job? What job that's black or Hispanic that an immigrant is coming from across the border to just go in and say, "Who I'm taking that job." Black people I know, pharmacists, they're engineers, they're lawyers, doctors. I mean, you can't come across the border and just get one of those jobs. So, what's a black and Hispanic job? I've been looking for a black and Hispanic job since the debate. So, if you know something, let me know.
Is that a scare? Is that a play on ignorance?
It's a play on the simple-minded. It sounds good, but you're looking at like a person or anywhere, any knowledge or any mind of their right mind. Like, what the hell is a black job? Jobs that like, so you're telling me black jobs are landscaping? You telling me black jobs are like being a handyman, or you telling me black jobs are construction working jobs? Like, what are black jobs? What are black or Hispanic jobs? I'm confused.
Well, I think whatever jobs they're doing, they're being labeled as black jobs. They're just jobs. I mean, are they coming to take jobs? Yeah. They're not just taking from black people. They taking from people.
Right.
If that's the case, it's not segmented based upon race. They may be taking opportunities away, but that's for all people. I mean, we're seeing that. We're seeing that in every job. In every job. But again, it's placating to simple-minded, quote unquote, ignorant people. And the word ignorant just means unlearned.
Yeah. Lack of knowledge.
People who are
Doesn't
not
mean.
willing to learn. I could be ignorant on a subject and become knowledgeable of a subject if I desire to learn of that subject. But some people choose to remain ignorant. I've always said when it comes to ignorance, it's okay to be ignorant, just don't remain ignorant. You can be ignorant about something. I'm ignorant about electricity. But if I have to learn it, then I got to learn it. I don't want to remain ignorant in the area that I must comprehend. But there are some things in life that we just can't remain ignorant about. And that is our total well-being. And everything about voting is about voting for someone, whether it's president, governor, commissioner, whatever, that's going to be good for the whole. I've always said that I don't just want a black president. I think that's a lot of people overly critical of President Obama. We need a president. We need people that's going to be good for every
Everybody.
aspect, every walk of life.
Right.
Because you're a business person, you can ill afford to just segment your business for just blacks.
Oh boy.
We don't even want to go down that rabbit hole because most people that do that don't stay in business. But that's a
Right.
whole nother subject for a whole nother day. We've got to be more open-minded to embrace the fact that I just want a president, honestly, it's just me, that I'm not going to be embarrassed about. I think I have lowered my bar so much to I'll just settle for somebody. You know how you just be like, man, just don't embarrass me. I mean, come on. At least let me be able to say, okay, he cool. I may not agree with everything they doing, but at least I ain't got to wake up worrying about, man, this man just gonna say something else, just embarrass. We just become the laughing stock of the world, man.
Right.
But you said it best. I think we have embraced this symbol of this has always been, and it's hard to overthrow this old guard. So you got two literally 80-year-old men struggling for this power, and we can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, we'll see what happened, man. But something else happened this week. I think it's interesting. We're gonna hear your take about it. But let's see it in real time.
The Los Angeles Lakers select Ronnie James.
All right. So, being the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round selects one LeBron James Jr. with the 55 pick of the 2024 NBA draft. And I'm just going to say this and toss it to you. I have never in my life heard or seen so much commentary about the 55th pick of the draft. I'm going to let you have it.
Yeah, right. So let's get one thing's for sure, two things for certain. This is one for storybooks. This is something that's never happened before. It's historical, it's magical, it's something like Hollywood couldn't even come up with this. They couldn't think about this. They ain't even had this in Space Jam. Like this really happened. Like a father and a son is on the same team. That's amazing. Amazing stuff, right? Now, nothing's wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing. Great, amazing. But there can be duality. You can still have something that's amazing, and people can still not turn a blind eye to the fact that certain things would not have happened if you were. So when it comes into that, it's like it's not hate where somebody's saying that because whatever. It's just it's those are facts, right? If Bronny was anybody else, it wouldn't happen. Quote fact. Nothing to get mad about. It's just conversation. You have a conversation. So I don't know why it can't be a duality to say, okay, yeah, he got drafted. He's on the team with his dad, but at the same time, he only had averaged 3 points, 6 points a game, whatever it was, and normally that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't get drafted. You have people with more gaudy numbers that didn't get drafted. You have people that took their team to the Final Four, championship games, didn't get drafted. So you can understand, like when you talk to it, it's one thing to talk sports, and then it's one thing to be when you're emotionally like charged of something, and that's where we get into the bronze sexuals. People got emotional. They said this kid he's a kid. I thought when you turn 18, you're grown, right? Was you were grown? You was grown when you turned 18.
Yeah.
He became a kid. It became because everybody's looking through those lenses as, oh, I'm protecting LeBron. It's all right to talk sports and talk facts about sports without somebody hating or saying that they hating LeBron. Nobody hating LeBron. If I say that I thought Jordan was a better competitor than LeBron, that's not me hating LeBron. That's just what I saw. That's what I heard. I ain't emotionally attached to no other man. The only man I was emotionally attached to, he's 6 feet deep. And then I got a son, I'm probably emotionally attached to him. But a celebrity that I don't know, bro, this is crazy. This is some wild stuff. This is a wild state of affairs for these bronze sexuals, bro. They kind of like messed that whole story up between them crying and the people crying about Bronny getting drafted. It just messed up the whole story.
But why is it so much venom for the pick? I do think that there's a lot of things at play. A lot of things, to me, in my opinion, that can be celebrated. The first thing I think that can be celebrated is, as you said, man, the father and son. But it's greater that can be celebrated. I celebrate the fact that we've never seen in sports, or maybe even any walk of life, a black man that has this kind of power.
Right.
Of the word nepotism comes up, right? And I really think that people hate the fact that LeBron has exercised this level of nepotism for his son, right? And that's where I kind of have issue a little bit with that mentality, because especially people of color. The reason why I say that is because people of color have for years gotten frustrated and mad when other people have not exercised nepotism when they could have. Man, you done went somewhere, you done got rich and switched. You done did, man, you crabs in the bucket. You go somewhere, don't want to. So I'm seeing a lot of mixed emotions of hatred that he actually used his power of influence to get his son drafted.
Right. There's no, like I said, it goes back to the people. You got the people who don't like or don't like LeBron, and you got the people who are going to defend him to the end. So, and it's like, like I said, it's duality with everything. It's some factual stuff in there. Is it nepotism? Yes, it's nepotism in football. It's nepotism in basketball. It's nepotism in ownership. It's nepotism in coaching. Hey, it's like the first time we actually been able to see that, we were able to see, and it wasn't necessarily LeBron, it was his agent. His agent did it. He was like, like I said, you can't turn a blind eye to he has one of the greatest, the agent in the NBA. A lot of things are super. It's amazing. Look, his agent is a young black kid from Cleveland that played basketball with him, right? His best friend, and now he's the greatest agent in the NBA.
The most powerful. He is the Drew Rosenhaus of the NBA. Man, he is
Right.
the most powerful guy. Matter of fact, most average person can't even name another NBA agent. Right? He's definitely one of the most powerful, and LeBron brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
One of his friends. Me personally, there's not a lot of misses with LeBron as it relates to his we argue basketball all day, but there's not a lot of misses when it comes to his lifestyle, what he's done for others, how he looks out for his friends. Can't miss on that, man. You can say he's not Jordan. That's fine. That's about the only argument of him lacking anything from what I can see, man. Family man, father, looking out for his son, man. I think if you and I had that kind of power, we probably do the same thing. We see it, 55th pick of the draft. Let's be honest. When was the last 55th pick of the draft that was worth anything? Right?
Right.
NBA outside of now, if he was the first, now Bronny had got picked in the first round. Now I can see the outcry. I can see why folk would literally be mad, right? But if if it's not that, right? If it's not, he wasn't a first round draft pick. He was 55th pick of the draft, man. And the Lakers, they want to keep LeBron. We know this. I don't know how much physical pressure, but hey, in order to keep LeBron, we need LeBron to sign back up. Let's do it. Talk about how much power do you think LeBron has over this organization? Because that's what a lot of Laker fans are kind of pissed off about. They say LeBron has too much power. Can an NBA player have too much power? Can any player, any sport, have too much power?
Tom Brady had power. I don't think, like I say, like you could probably look at it and say you could put it on like a LeBron or whatever, man. But your power comes in your influence and your celebrity. Like Jordan, Jordan had power. Only so much power. Like you see what Jerry Krause and they still did what they wanted to do with the team, but you have power through your celebrity. You have power through, but I think it's more so. It wasn't necessarily power. It was like throw one of those things that just makes sense. It makes sense for Hollywood. It makes sense for LA. It makes sense, um, a father and a son on a team, the team of Los Angeles, right? And then, like I say, at the end of the day, you have the most powerful agent. That's the power. You got a guy that could tell all these teams, don't draft this kid. Don't even look at drafting this kid. We want him to go to the Lakers. That's power. I mean, and then dude dates Adele. Think about it. It's coming like we talk about like things that like storybooks, right? You got Adele's boyfriend getting a son to play with a dad in LA. Can't make this stuff up. This is amazing stuff.
Somebody said it's more of influence than power.
Right.
That
Well,
is an
however you look at
interest.
it, influence, power, they all go together. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to say I mean, he's a billionaire. He's probably one of the greatest athletes in the world. He's in LA. He's in Hollywood. So that's a lot of that's power and influence. Like, and he got a whole. Remember what I said? I said it this week. LeBron James, you have now entered a class of Beyonce, where you got a following of people that you can't say nothing negative about this guy, or it's like World War III.
Well, see, I see it just the opposite, man. I think I definitely see more LeBron people that literally hate this guy. Like they really do hate him, man.
Mm. That's just, people take it as hate. If you say
I don't
anything negative,
see,
it's hate.
and I put it this way: I don't see people that don't like him that will ever. I don't care what he does. It will be celebrated. To me, that's hate. That's hate. When you can't celebrate anything someone does, that's hate. That's more of what I see about LeBron than I do those who celebrate that. And no matter what. Like I think that if Jordan had this level of influence for his son, it wouldn't even be talked about. Because most of the hate seemingly, not in your case, but most of the hate seemingly comes for people that want to stand up for Jordan. But you don't have to hate LeBron to stand up for Jordan.
And vice
And
versa.
and vice versa. Exactly. And vice versa. But I think that's what happens. I think that once I decide I'm gonna hate you, nothing that you do I can celebrate.
Hate
Nothing.
is a strong word. Hate is a
It
strong word.
is. It is.
But I think when you get people on these sides, like it's impossible to say anything detracting from anything that they like about a person is turning to hate. Like I love LeBron. I'm gonna say I really like LeBron as an athlete. I like him. He's a great person, philanthropist, great guy. Like he's probably the total opposite of Jordan. He's gonna sign autographs. He's not gonna shun people off, whatever, all that stuff. Right? Great dude. Okay, what? So, but if I say anything in detraction to, oh, he don't have 6 rings. Oh, I'm a hater. Come on, bro. We was just talking sports. I don't know this man to hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Jordan. I'm not. I don't like over love him. I don't know him as a person to really protect him. He's a celebrity. I don't know him. I like Dion. I don't know them as a person to sit here and attack you as a. I'm gonna defend you before I defend them because I know you.
Right.
I've been to your house. I know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know these guys. So before I get into an argument or a debate or attack somebody to protect somebody I don't know, that's weird. That's a weird state of affairs, bro. Whether no matter what side it's on.
Is it a good thing that he has his level of power and influence? And should we see more of this with people who have power and influence? Is this opening the door for other rich, black, powerful athletes, entertainers, you name it, to do what most have said LeBron has done for his son, which is all I see as an opportunity. And I say an opportunity because the 55th pick don't have no guarantees in life or nothing, right? They not guaranteed a contract, not guaranteed to even make the team. So he's giving his son an opportunity. How do you feel about guys using their influence to open the door and to be the new gatekeepers? We talked about gatekeepers earlier politically, to be the gatekeepers of this wealth that's available.
It's a beautiful thing. It's gonna start happening more and more. I mean, like I say, you have to play your cards right. You have to. This doesn't happen to anybody. I mean, you can see LeBron's team. He's had a team by him that they've been a force since they came into the league. They've been going into multiple facets of different genres, from film to you name it. making money, like and making moves, and then just for him being a global brand. So I mean, we see this all the time. Rappers, they put their kids on to rap. Uh, you see Ti, his kids rap. Uh, Jay Z, Blue Ivy is on tracks. How hard is it to be get a feature on a Beyonce track or a Jay Z track? Kanye, he did it with his daughter. Like we see this all the time, so it's not nothing like unheard of. It's just the
We've
first time,
seen it, and we rarely see it through non-individual levels, right? Like Kanye, yeah, Beyonce put whatever she want on a track. Yeah, we know she had a record coming, but she put whatever she want on the track. We've hardly ever we've seen it recently. Nobody talks about it. We've seen it with, and it's worse in my opinion. We've seen it literally with Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brother.
right?
Like he don't do nothing without his brother. He made Nike sign his brother. He made the Bucks re-sign his brother every year, and it's
No, that's power.
yeah. You
They
want
say
me to
Scotty
re-sign?
Barnes
Giannis
just
was
did it.
about to walk.
Yeah,
Giannis says, "Hey, you sign my brother, I'll stay."
yeah. They say Scotty Barnes just did it too with his childhood friend. He made Toronto draft him. So like I say, he got paid big bucks, and he got his childhood friend drafted. So that's power. There was people under my post saying that Scotty Barnes doesn't deserve his contract. Obviously, they don't know how good Scotty Barnes is because Toronto they see differently, and they drafted his high school like his childhood friend. So he got some kind of power up there.
Yeah, man. I mean, we saw it with LeVar Ball. It was a little more comical, in my opinion, but he got it. He got his boys on. Now what they've done since they gotten there. Again, it's up to them, right? It's up to them. Opportunity, man. I think we owe. I'm not gonna say owe, right? But I think whenever we have the means and the ability to open the door and let family members in,
He better.
do it. Do
He
it.
better.
Do it. People hate him for oh, he took away somebody. When the last time the 55th pick of the draft been anything? So oh, he
It's been
took
a
away
minute.
opportunity from somebody. Hey, man, whoever they were gonna pick, if it was LeBron Brown, I don't think it would have made much of a difference, right? It is what it is. We all know what it is. I don't think it's hitting what it is. We know for a fact that he got drafted by the Lakers because LeBron was there. I don't think they tried to hide
Fact.
that, right?
Right.
Those are facts. Those facts. But on the other hand, I'm not gonna try to sit here and say, well, oh, the Lakers gonna suck, and whoever they were gonna pick in the 55th pick wasn't gonna be much. You're gonna send him in the bench if he made the team. So I think we just gotta look at it in that perspective. It made a lot of headlines. I think it was my anniversary when something was going on in my life when he actually got drafted. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. I mean, it wasn't no shock to me that it
Predicted it.
happened.
Yep.
You know,
I know. I woke up as looking at the draft. I say 7 picks away. I called it a day before. No brainer. Know they was going to do that. So I think it's
you
a
know.
beautiful thing. I pray that both sides, they come to a peace treaty one day, and the Brun sexuals could put their mantle down and stop being so emotional, bro.
Listen, for anybody who's watching right now, here's what I would say to you: we should all want to live such a life where we can reach the level of influence that LeBron has in his job, in his life. We see it in longshoremen all the time. You live in South Florida, longshoremen. Listen, it's 14 generations of family members on the dock.
You ain't getting in there. That's the biggest gatekeepers in the world.
That's the biggest gatekeep. Now they can show you how to perfect nepotism out there on the dock. I don't even think they do interviews on Doc Bean. I don't think they do interviews. I think they just go, hey, interview people by your name.
It's amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff to watch, but you gotta let
Yeah,
people have their space.
they don't have no PR. They don't have nobody hiring down there.
It's crazy.
You know, so we see it happen. I celebrate the fact that's actually happening within our community, right? That our athletes, you know, as you said, Jordan 30 years ago didn't even have this kind of power. I think that was the downfall of the Chicago Bulls working so hard not to give Jordan the power. They ain't been on top since. They worked so hard trying to show Jordan who was the king at the time, then they never recovered from that.
Yeah, but you have different people in charge. I mean, Jenny Buss and Jerry Krause, like that's a totally different individual. Like he was booed at his own, like all of like come on, bro. So you just have to understand, like certain people like screw things up. There's nothing to say, nothing negative on Jordan part. It's just sometimes you have these detractors in your life, and it's over you. They don't allow certain things to happen. It's definitely a different day in time. Uh, you have LeBron. He's a likable person. Um, he's in LA. Like I say, it all made sense. Money wise, it all makes sense. It's a no
Yep.
brainer.
Well, if you follow basketball, it's been breaking news. Chris Paul, you know, he at the end of his contract, man. They got cut 30 million, signed by the Spurs, I think, for 11 million, man. So, you know, Chris Paul, his career winding down, man, and it don't look like it's gonna end with a ring because
Yeah.
Spurs not gonna win championship next year.
And the Heat signed Kevin Love to a new 2-year deal.
So we still in love with Kevin.
We in love with Kevin Love.
Well, we gonna see what the Miami Heat do. Man, I want to throw this last question to you, and we like to throw stuff out there that we see, man, that's kind of funny. Uh, it falls up under the black category, I guess. Saw this and I just thought it was funny to me. Well, I asked you before I show you. How often you check your stuff in your kitchen cabinet?
Uh, Pretty often because you have people that like really look at the expiration dates. But I know where you're going with this because we all got some salt in the kitchen cabinet that's probably like from our childhood.
Does spices ex do they expire?
Yes, they do expire.
I
Like they
mean,
say,
do they
black,
actually expire? Like I know
they
they actually expire, but do they really expire?
technically they do. Like she said, technically they do. Like Nat say yes. Blacknically, no. We don't feel like nothing expires, especially when it comes to that dry food part. Like I say, it's some salt in some of our
How do
cabinets that's
you
probably
know
like
if it's expired, man? Oh, this pepper ain't pepping. This pepper ain't as hot as it used to be. This salt ain't salty, man. What?
it's
Like,
processed food, bro. It's processed food. It has a shelf life. That's how we know it
most of us
expired.
still got the salt from grandmama salt.
That's what I'm telling you.
Technically, it expires. Technically. But do it actually expire, man? When the
But some of
last
them,
time you bought salt?
it expired. When you pick up the bottle and then it's stuck and it's like gummed up, it's gone. It's been in the cabinet too long.
Now, you go in most cabinets, man, and the hot sauce is orange.
That's been expired.
And then
Hot
all they
sauce is
do is
one.
shake it, bro.
See, we eat a lot of expired food. Maybe that's why we suffer from so many illnesses because we eat too much expired food. Like expired processed food. We gotta do better because ketchup and mustard the same way. That stuff be expired. Ketchup bottles in the refrigerator for 3 years.
Yeah, man. Listen, you can't throw away a good bottle of ketchup, man.
That stuff old, bro.
Man, we not only does it not expire, we make sure it don't run out, man. Most ketchup bottles now are just more water than ketchup. We got to do better, man.
Nat say salt don't expire. I don't know about
No, man. Nah. How you know if salt expire? It's
I
not
don't even
salt.
know.
It's not as salty as it was 4 years ago.
I don't know, man. Like
It was just a question. I had to think about that, man. Do this stuff really expire? I know on the date it says expire. Does the bottled water expire?
water don't expire. It never drops the O. It's like I'm just saying. Once it's water, dog. It's not gonna drop the O unless you turn it to something. But nah, water don't expire.
He say the pepper does expire. How does pepper expire? It ain't got no pep in it.
See,
Ain't no
pepper,
pep.
but pepper comes from a plant. Salt is salt. It's different. So that's why I
Only
can see
thing
pepper
expiring
expiring.
most black people houses is milk, man. I think that's it. Meat don't expire. That's in the fridge. Most of us right now got meat in our fridge from 4 years ago,
No, no,
from the
no, 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 no.
pandemic.
No, 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 no. Now you're stretching it. Meat expires.
I guarantee you somebody got some meat in their fridge that they never forgot was down there, got buried. They ain't got no date on it.
Yeah.
And they going to bring it up, and you going to eat that chicken this week for 4th of July.
Oh, see, that's why you can't eat from everybody.
You can't, I'm telling you, man.
Deep freeze.
See, once
You
you
say
freeze
fridge.
it,
You didn't say deep freeze. You
once
say
you
deep freezer. Deep freezer. I get you.
deep freeze, I'm talking about deep
Oh,
freezer.
deep freeze.
I'm talking
All
about
right.
deep freezer. I'm
Ooh,
talking about the old school deep freezer that's in the garage or in the shed. I ain't talking about the one above the refrigerator. I'm talking about that deep freezer.
Yeah, but it's frozen though.
When you bury that thing deep and you don't forgot how deep you buried it. And you didn't write the date. Say, I used to write the date on mine. Be like, hey, this thing say February 2018. Oh, man, it froze. And I'm going.
No way, bro. No way.
Everybody got meat in their closet like that. See, somebody said, yeah, I'm good. 28. Oh, man, this thing is still fresh. Now, let me stop, man, for somebody that don't want to eat. They don't say, boy, don't go there. I'm eating 14-year-old meat.
We don't know. You never know.
You know, hey, so, man, I saw that, man, that thing, it cracked me up. It cracked me up when I saw that because I really had to think about that. Like, man, is this salt still good?
Yeah, see, like salt is like it's a mineral. It's different than pepper. It comes from an actual plant. Like it's a pepper. Like so that expires. You can't expire like sodium chloride.
But
Like how does that expire?
how do you know the pepper expired though? Does it
It's a
taste differently?
pepper. Like it's probably good. Like it probably tastes horrible when it's expired too.
So how old you think the pepper is at the restaurant?
They go through pepper though. See, the restaurants have you got chefs but they got high turnover and they change it out like periodically.
Man, I go to some restaurant. It don't look like that salt shaker been changed since the 40s, man.
Nah, you know what I'd be scared about with salt shakers in the restaurants? Little kids licking them. I went to Golden Corral the other day. We was on the road, and like every salt shaker was stuck. I mean, the kids be licking them salt shakers, man. You know how kids they bad. You got to ask for the salt in a pack.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Now see, now you just start something. Cause the salt shakers in the pack, that's probably worse as far as being old. Cause guess what? If the restaurant has a shot salt shaker in the pack and they only going by when somebody asks for it, think about how many years they done had that back there. Cause you know them little packs, it be about 20,000 of them. So you got to run through them things, man.
But Nat said something that's the crux of everything. Find a restaurant that season their food good. And you don't have to worry about the salt and the pepper and all that stuff. Just find you a good restaurant that they season their food good. I hate man. That's one of my pet peeves, man. Biting into some bland food and it might smell good, look good, and then you bite into it and it's like nothing, like
Yeah.
hospital food.
That's because they're using that old pepper, man. They use that old pepper. Bad pepper could change the whole meal. I never had bad. I don't. I see. I don't know if I've had bad pepper. I don't know if I had bad pepper. It's interesting how little stuff like this it gets the converse. Man, you got to think about this stuff, man. This is what makes life complicated, bro. Life be going good until you ask yourself, did I just
Think
eat
about
some
certain
bad
things.
pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Then your whole day just messed up, man.
Or we eat bad other things, so whatever. Pepper can just slide.
Woo, man, Bean. I got the 21, man. I got the 20. I got the 21 years, man. And I was
That's
talking to
amazing, man.
somebody today,
Congrats.
and they co-signed what you said
There you
that the
go.
dating
Ass
pool
on.
has piss in it. And they just
Basuda.
said that out of the blue. They just said that randomly, like it wasn't even a topic of discussion.
Bro.
And
This
all I
dating
could
pool,
think about
bro.
was you, man. I say, man, it's really that bad out there.
Sewage. My line brother had his podcast the other day. He's like, you got to swim through the piss and the shit. And somewhere after you swim through the piss and the shit, you might find somewhere to hold on to.
Well, why people breaking up then? If they going, it, why they going? Good people been together a long time breaking up. Maybe we gonna start seeing
You know
reunions
what?
of couples,
Even to talk
man.
about this whole dating pool thing, like, we joke about it like weekly. But if we ever got into it, I probably wouldn't even touch that topic because it really is that bad. I'm not even gonna touch it because I probably become a bronze sexual and get too emotional.
I say, man, we gonna make it to 20. We got to get to 25. So we just got to keep going, man.
I don't know.
I get.
I'm holding on to
We
hope
just gonna
that
pee on ourselves, man. We ain't gonna get.
uh, it's wild out here, bro.
So we made it to 21, man. I'm grateful that I made it that long, man. You know, got a 13-year-old, been together 21 years, man. This is just my life, man. This is just what it's gonna be.
It's a beautiful thing, bro.
I done come too far to turn back. I can't jump in the pool now. I, yeah, I just wanted to let you know, man, that people are continuing to co-sign that thought that
Because it's a high fact. It's crazy out here,
I
bro.
really feel like we should bring at least one female on the show at some point. To really, cause we gotta get down. We gotta put some chlorine in this pool, man. We gotta get down to it. I
So
can't help.
you saying the women are the chlorine? They ain't the fish
No,
in the
no, no,
shit?
no, no. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm just talking about perspective.
mm.
I'm just talking about perspective. You know, I'm just talking about getting a round table to figure out how we can get this dating pool back livable or swimmable again. That's all I'm saying. I want everybody to make it to 21 years like I made it. But part of that has been you realize what's out there, be like, man, we just gonna work this out. We just gonna work it out. You know, it is what it is. Well, listen, we always like to throw this in, man. We always like to talk about black business. So you got a black business, this is your time to shout it out now. But we always shout out the number one black business on the show,
Shout out to Black Business.
Beanstallation.
Got Black Business right here too.
Talk to us a little bit about that. I saw you put something together the other day. Some type of exercise equipment.
Hmm.
Talk to us about all that you do in
Well,
Beanstallation.
the installation, TV mounting, installation, and assembly. Well, people really get stuck and say, "Oh, I'm a TV man. I do. Yes, I do. I'm great at installing TVs, but I do a bevy of other things as far as installation and assembly. As you say, like home gyms, simple home gyms, anything you buy, like uh, from these businesses, most of this stuff has to be assembled. It has to be installed. So I've always been that guy, like to assemble things from home gyms to furniture to anything you could think of. Also, installation, light fixtures, things like that. We're a one-stop shop. TV mounted installation assembly. Service in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, and we travel for a premium.
Anything that comes with instructions,
There you go.
it's call. Don't throw.
Anything comes with
First thing we
instructions.
do is we get the instructions and toss them.
Yep. You
Then
got
figure out.
instructions and a million pieces. That's what I do. You don't
Then
have
we
to
figure out
spend
we
all
don't
the
know what we
time.
doing. Now we going online looking for the instructions that you just threw. Hey, we done did
So
that, man. We like, oh shoot, I need them instructions. Let me go Google these instructions. Instead
yeah,
of going through all that, it's like this, man. Buy the equipment, buy whatever it is, and then put in your budget to get it installed. All right. It's like you don't buy a tire, you don't buy a car without tires. You got to have the whole thing, man. So just get that stuff out the garage that you done tried to open up, couldn't put it together. You just slid it in the back. I may have a grill I may need you to install for me.
I got
I
you.
mean, I've only had it since December, so it's like the expired pepper. It ain't been that long, but at some point I actually want to use it. So give Mr. Bean a call, man. Again, I'm a client. I'm a customer. So if you want to know if the work is good, I just say, as I've always said, every TV that he's hung is still there. All right. I mean, that's really all the endorsement that you need. You know, it's still there. So, all right, man, it's been a good show. Thank you. This Sunday night edition of the Saint and the Ain't. We always say, we say ain't because God ain't through with us yet. Any last remarks before we get out of here tonight?
No, not really. Just stay black, stay happy, choose happiness. Don't block your happiness.
And stay out the piss pool.